Stop for a moment and listen carefully. Because what you're going through right now, it's not random. That pain you feel, those sleepless nights, that confusion inside your heart, it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something greater. Have you noticed how everything in your life seems to be changing at once? People you trusted slowly walking away. Plans you worked so hard for suddenly falling apart. Doors you believed would open, staying closed. And you sit there wondering, God, why is this happening to me? But what if I told you, this is exactly what needs to happen before God elevates you? Because before God takes you higher, He prepares you. And that preparation, it doesn't feel like a blessing. It feels like loss. It feels like confusion. It feels like everything is breaking. But in reality, God is not breaking you. He is building you for something greater than you can imagine. In this video, you will discover 7 powerful signs that prove God is preparing you for something bigger, something deeper, something life-changing. And if you're experiencing these signs right now, don't be afraid, because it means God is working in your life. Let's begin. The first sign: everything in your life starts falling apart. Not a small problem, not just a bad day, but everything. The plans you trusted collapse. The people you relied on disappear. The path you were so sure about suddenly breaks. And it leaves you standing there, confused, lost, asking yourself, why is this happening to me? You start thinking, did I do something wrong? Is God punishing me? Why is everything going against me? But here's the truth. God is not destroying your life. He is removing what no longer belongs in it. Because sometimes the life you built is not the life God planned for you. And as long as you hold on to what's comfortable, you will never step into what's greater. So God allows things to fall apart, not to hurt you, but to free you. He removes people who were holding you back. He closes doors that were leading you in the wrong direction. He breaks plans that would have limited your future. And even though it feels painful, even though it feels like loss, it is actually protection. Because what God has prepared for you cannot fit into the life you're trying to hold on to. So He clears it. And yes, it hurts. But destruction is often the first step of divine construction. So if everything in your life feels like it's falling apart right now, don't panic. Because this might be the first sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The second sign? You start feeling uncomfortable in a life that once felt normal. The same routine, the same people, the same environment suddenly doesn't feel right anymore. What once made you happy now feels empty. What once felt safe now feels suffocating. And you can't explain it. Nothing is technically wrong, but inside you feel restless. You feel like something is missing. And that feeling keeps growing day by day. You try to ignore it. You try to adjust. You try to go back to how things were. But you can't. Because God has already outgrown that version of your life. That discomfort you feel, it's not confusion, it's direction. God is shifting your heart, pulling you away from what's familiar and preparing you for what's next. Because you cannot step into a greater purpose while being comfortable in a smaller life. So he places a divine dissatisfaction inside you, a feeling that says, this is not where you belong anymore. And even though it feels unsettling, it is actually a sign of growth. Because when God is about to elevate you, he first makes your current place uncomfortable. So if you feel like you don't fit in your own life anymore, don't ignore it. Because this might be the second sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The third sign, doors keep closing again and again. Opportunities you prayed for disappear. Plans you worked toward suddenly stop. Paths that seemed perfect fall apart at the last moment. And it feels frustrating. You start wondering, why does nothing work out for me? Why does every door shut right when I get close? It feels like rejection. It feels like failure. It feels like God is saying no to everything. But listen carefully. Not every closed door is rejection. Some doors are closed for your protection. Because not every opportunity is meant for your destiny. Some paths look right, but lead to the wrong place. Some people seem good, but carry the wrong intentions. And if God allowed every door to open, you would walk into things that could break you later. So he closes them, even when you don't understand, even when it hurts. Because God sees what you can't see. He knows where that door leads, even when you only see the entrance. And sometimes, the door you're crying about is the one that would have limited your life. So God shuts it to guide you towards something greater. And yes, waiting is hard. Rejection is painful. But every closed door is one step closer to the right one. So if doors keep closing in your life right now, don't lose faith. Because this might be the third sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The fourth sign, you find yourself alone, not by choice, but by circumstance. People you used to talk to every day slowly drift away. Connections become distant, conversations become shorter, and suddenly you're left with your own thoughts. At first, it feels painful. You feel abandoned. You feel forgotten. You feel like no one understands you anymore. And the silence, it becomes heavy. But what if this loneliness is not punishment? What if it's preparation? Because sometimes God removes the noise to finally speak to you clearly. When everyone is around, you listen to them. But when you're alone, you start listening to God. He pulls you away from distractions, from wrong influences, from voices that were confusing your path, not to isolate you, but to transform you. Because growth often happens in solitude. This is where you discover who you really are. This is where your faith becomes real. This is where God shapes your mind, your heart, your purpose. And when the process is complete, He will bring the right people into your life. People who align with your future, not your past. So if you feel alone right now, don't rush to fill the silence, because this might be the fourth sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The fifth sign, you start questioning everything. Your choices, your path, your purpose, even your faith. You look at your life and ask, is this really what I'm meant to do? Am I on the right path? Why do I feel so lost? And these questions don't go away. They stay in your mind. They follow you at night. They echo in your silence. At times it feels like confusion. At times it feels like you're losing direction. But listen carefully. This is not you falling apart. This is you waking up. Because when God is preparing you for something greater, He breaks the illusion of certainty. He makes you question what you once blindly accepted. The path you never doubted, the identity you never challenged, the life you thought was enough, suddenly doesn't feel right anymore. And that's not a crisis. That's clarity beginning. Because you cannot step into your true purpose until you question the false one. So God allows this internal struggle, not to confuse you, but to redirect you. He is reshaping your mindset, realigning your heart, guiding you towards something deeper and more meaningful. And yes, it feels uncomfortable. But growth always begins with questions. So if you find yourself questioning everything right now, don't be afraid of it. Because this might be the fifth sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The sixth sign, the struggles in your life start increasing. Not just one problem, but many. Emotional pressure, financial stress, mental exhaustion. It feels like everything is happening at once. You try to stay strong. You try to keep going. But inside, you feel tired. You start asking, why is this so hard? Why does it feel like I'm being pushed to my limit? And sometimes you feel like giving up. But listen carefully. Before God elevates you, He tests you. Not to break you, but to strengthen you. Because the level you're about to step into requires a stronger version of you. More patience, more discipline, more faith. And those things are not built in comfort. They are built in pressure. Just like gold is refined in fire, your character is refined through struggle. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every delay is teaching you patience. Every setback is building your resilience. And even though it feels overwhelming, it is preparation. Because God will never place you in a position without first preparing you for it. So if life feels harder than usual right now, don't see it as a burden. See it as a process. Because this might be the sixth sign that God is preparing you for something greater. The seventh sign, you feel a strong, undeniable pull toward God. Not because someone told you to, not because you were forced to, but from within. Suddenly, you want to pray more. You want to be in silence. You want to understand God on a deeper level. Things that never mattered before start to matter. And things that once distracted you begin to lose their hold on you. It's like something inside you is changing. You can't explain it, but you can feel it. And that feeling keeps pulling you closer, closer to God. Listen carefully. This is not random. This is a calling. Because when God is preparing you for something greater, He draws you closer to Him first. Before the blessing comes the connection. Before the elevation comes the alignment. Because what God is about to do in your life cannot happen without Him being at the center of it. So He awakens your spirit. He softens your heart. He creates a hunger inside you, a hunger for truth, for peace, for purpose. And that hunger is the clearest sign of all. Because when you start seeking God, it means He is already working in you. He is guiding you. He is preparing you. He is calling you higher. So if you feel that pull right now, don't ignore it. Follow it. Because this is not just a sign. This is confirmation that God is preparing you for something greater than you ever imagined. So now, take a moment and ask yourself, how many of these signs are happening in your life right now? Is it 1, 2, or maybe even all 7? Because if you're experiencing these signs, then what you're going through is not random. It's preparation. God is shaping you, strengthening you, guiding you, even when you don't understand it. And yes, it's hard. It's painful. It's confusing. And sometimes you feel like giving up. But don't. Because right now, you are closer than you think. Closer to your breakthrough. Closer to your purpose. Closer to the life God has planned for you. Everything that's falling apart is making space for something better. Every closed door is leading you to the right one. Every struggle is building the person you need to become. So don't lose faith now. Not when God is working the most. Trust Him, even when you don't see the full picture. Because one day, you will look back at this moment and realize this was the turning point of your life. And if this message spoke to you, don't ignore it. Hold on to it. Because God is not done with you yet. Your story is just beginning. And before you leave, if this message touched your heart, if you felt like this was meant for you, then don't keep it to yourself. Someone out there is going through the same struggle you are. Someone is feeling lost, confused, and on the edge of giving up. So take a moment and share this message with them. Because sometimes one message can save someone's faith. And if you believe God is working in your life right now, then like this video and let it be a reminder that you trust His plan. Stay strong, stay patient, and never forget, God is preparing you for something greater. Have a nice day.